Welcome back to my channel. As of late, it seems like I am on a roll reviewing all kinds of equipment. But today, I am going to show you the newest member of my lab. If you have been watching my channel for the last 5 years, you would know by now that I am primarily dedicated to what's inside this box, the ultra high-end. And today, I am going to unpack and place this brand new component. Let's have fun with it. Welcome back, everyone. If you remember back in 2021, I happened to give the Solution 725 the best preamplifier that I had owned at that particular point in time. And let me just say to you, I never forgot that preamplifier. I've owned that preamplifier 3 separate times. And every time I have owned that preamplifier, every time I brought it in here and connected it to just about any amplifier you can think of, I was always blown away by it because of its sheer clarity, imaging, speed. It was just a very impressive presentation. It never disappointed me. Soon after that, of course, I moved on to Boulder 2110, Boulder 3010, which continues to be the best preamplifier that I have personally owned. Eventually, I got the Griffin Commander, but now I am circling back to this latest preamplifier. Let's open it. All right, here you go. Latest member of my family in my lab. Whoa, here we go. Solution 727, the successor to the highly successful 725 preamplifier. Let's see what Solution includes. This seems to be a factory power cord, nothing special here. You also have the measurements, all the results of the measurements they did when they tested it. Okay, in case you are wondering, you have a spare fuse, which we all can use. And this is interesting because the remote seems to be identical to the outgoing model. Thank you for including the batteries, Solution. We'd really appreciate it here in the ultra high end. No expense is spared. Love that. Same remote as the outgoing model. Do I feel disappointed by it? Not really, because it does have the basic functionality that we typically are looking for. Mute, got the volume up, volume down, on and off switch, and a few sources. So I'm okay with it. I'm not complaining. So now let's open up the beast so we can take a look at it and see what is new about this preamplifier. Let's check it out. Oh, check this out. This is very important. We got critical mass footers. See this? These are aftermarket footers from Critical Mass. Keep telling you guys the ultra high end. This is what they need to be doing. Okay, going the extra mile with the components and showing us why we're paying more for these electronics than average price components. This is a prime example. Not only does it come with aftermarket footers from Critical Mass already installed, comes in a wooden crate, which I can appreciate, instead of a crappy cardboard box, which is the case for a lot of other manufacturers out there that are charging premium prices and giving us boxes for packaging material. Let's take a look. Look at this. Solution 727. Wow. Okay. Front plate. It's got the power button, mute, and programming button. I don't remember what that's for. It does look different than the outgoing model. And let's see the back. Let's take a look at the rear. All right, so the rear of the unit, I see now we are given, finally, dual XLR outs. Thank you for that as well, Solution. I can certainly use dual XLR outs. We got a set of RCA outs for like subwoofers in case you're doing what I'm doing, which is bi-amping my Sonos Fiber SE17s. And the inputs are line 1, 2, 3, and then we got 2 inputs of unbalanced ground connection. So it's a very nicely featured preamplifier. One thing I could say I would kind of like to see, not a need, not a must-have, but I know some preamplifiers out there are using now the network to allow you to use their own app so you can control the volume, change inputs, so you don't have to be messing around with the remote. That's always a nice feature to have, but you know, that's just me being picky. All right, so why don't we pick it up and see how much it weighs? All right, let's see what this thing weighs. Pretty good. Pretty heavy, say about 55 pounds maybe. Not bad. So why don't we place it on top of the rack where it's gonna live for some time. Look what we have. 2 Swiss preamplifiers. CH position L1 with the X1 power supply and the 727. How cool is that? 2 of the most widely known brands from Switzerland, Solution and CH Precision, the L1 and the X1 power supply. Current MSRPs of these units is $54,000 for the CH Precision as seen, and $78,000 for the Solution 727 that you're seeing right now. Let's connect the right channel. We're using my cable line authentic audio image, as I mentioned earlier. So now we are showing all 4 XLR outs being used to feed the 4 channels that I'm using on the Momentum S250 MXVs. Now let me connect the source, the Lamp Insider Horizon. Input 1. Now we'll be... Okay, so this was a struggle. To be able to get this tray out of this thing, good luck with that, okay? It took me 20 minutes maybe just to be able to put this. So, Solution, you may have to rethink this. Right now, I'm not too happy with the way this remote is built, okay? So this thing right here, when you put this screw here and you pull it out, it was a mission to be able to slide this out of here, just so you know. So when it's new, this thing is like that the whole time. It doesn't come out for nothing. When you remove this screw here, this thing stays in. So you have no way of, you're trying to figure out what is it that you're supposed to slide in and out. The manual doesn't have any images to show you what's popping out of the remote. I looked at Google, I searched for Google Images. There was no way of me knowing how to pop this out other than to remove this screw. So when I removed the screw, the remote looked like this. So I'm like, okay, so what do I do? And I kept doing this, nothing would come out. It took forever, okay? But now you can see what's supposed to happen. All right, Solution, so maybe you might want to look at the remote controls for now to figure this out because, again, this was not popping out. Some of the biggest changes with this 727 is the fact that it adds approximately 30 more decibels of channel separation. It also reduces the noise by 20 decibels over the predecessor. And the bandwidth is now from 2 megahertz all the way to 20 megahertz. So now it has a very, very wide bandwidth, okay? There is so much to like about this preamplifier. Why don't we turn it on? It's turning on for the first time. Look what just happened. The CH Precision turned on with the same remote as the Solution 727. So I guess Swiss manufacturers are using the same codes. I find that quite interesting. I should have just used, look, both of them are moving in volume. So now what am I gonna do? Well, I'm not gonna remove any of it just yet. I wanna get a feel and listen to the preamplifier from a cold start. And we shall see. Yes, Tyco Extreme Music Server is all I do. What?